And we are live. We end this part of the season with a victory at home, 3-1 against Southampton. And Ritvik joins us. Ritvik, first of all, bhai, कैसा लगा भाई ये? How did you find this performance? How did you find this 3 points, brother? Just Ritvik, first of all, bhai, कैसा लगा भाई ये? How did you find this Sorry, performance? The
हाँ.
other window was open.
I'd say it was like a very mature performance. First half में, I mean, we got first goal again. Very important to not concede first. And उसके बाद we conceded from a set piece. No, it's fine. These things happen when we defend set pieces because we defend zonally and try to catch the opposition via our offside trap. So it wasn't proper. But yeah, they scored. But our response was really good after that. मतलब intensity था आज. I mean, I don't think we pressed as much, but overall we had like good awareness to win second balls जब वो लोग हमारे final third में आ रहे थे. And we actually gave them time to play from their half as well. We didn't like really to do the high press as well, and that's a like a common characteristic in our game this season. Like in overall, एकदम बढ़िया performance, and I'm so happy because Robertson this season has been absolutely amazing, and those assists such very important.
भाई लेकिन बट वी हैव टू स्पीक अबाउट दिस सर्टेन मैन जो रोनन मर्फी का बेस्ट फ्रेंड है, डार्विन नूनेज.
I
वी
hope I
हैव टू
hope Ronan
एम्ब्रेस
here.
या वी हैव टू एम्ब्रेस द chaos मेरे भाई. डार्विन नूनेज वापस ऑन द स्कोर शीट यार, विद अ ब्रेस एंड इंस्टिंक्टिव फिनिशेस यार, स्ट्राइकर वाले फिनिशेस. पहले मैं लाइक आया स्नैपशॉट गोल वॉली पे, सेकंड ही वाज एट द राइट प्लेस एट द राइट टाइम. Ritik, how did you find his performance today? I was very impressed, yeah, especially by the goals that he scored.
I mean, because of his overall game and जो कई बार like comedy होते हैं with him when he tries to handle ball, take on players at times when he's isolated. Because of all those reasons, I think people often like underlook his ball striking ability. His ball striking ability is up there with one of the best in Europe, and you can't argue against that. And that's what we saw for the first goal. मतलब वो volley, he hit it so clean. He has like such a great ball striking ability, and उसके ऊपर his movement of the last man, and also like creating space for our other forwards by drifting wide and pulling players down his side. So really good performance. I wish he had got the hat trick. मतलब थर्ड के लिए उसको 2 चांसेस थे सेकंड हाफ में, लेकिन आई मीन 2 गोल्स इज स्टिल रियली गुड.
Yeah, I think uske confidence के लिए, brother, it would do the world of good, यार. ऋत्विक तेरे लिए आया है. Hey ऋत्विक, love from Kerala Reds. So
थैंक
आपके लिए
यू.
ऋत्विक.
थैंक यू प्रणव. यस,
Yeah,
प्रणव ब्रो इज अ फ्रेंड.
yeah, Ritvik, by the way, is doing really well in UK. We have private chats, and Paisa, his numbers are better than Darwin Nunez. Let's not get there. Yeah, एक बात मेरे को बता ऋत्विक. This question is very interesting because now the last few games we are seeing Darwin Nunez play from the left because of the situation that we find ourselves in. है ना? Because of Luis Diaz and Jota not being there. Is this a long term thing या फिर ऐसे लग रहा है कि स्टॉप गैप चल रहा है और चला रहे हैं हम लोग?
जब लुइस डियाज वापस आएगा, आई थिंक लुइस डियाज इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू टेक अप दैट लेफ्ट wing spot. लेकिन Nunes has played on the left at Almeria in the past, and he kind of likes to drift wide and come in from the wide area rather than just taking up in the central areas. तो अगर आप like if you just go back to the game that we had against Benfica in the Champions League last season, you could see instances where he's drifted like on the left side a lot wide and then try to win back ball there and just go from the left side, like come inside from that left hand side. So that's part of his game. So वो होगा पक्का, even if Luis Diaz comes, and we will see like we were kind of seeing Luis Diaz coming more inside at times when Darwin like dropped wider. तो वो होगा, लेकिन अभी का जो सेटअप है, आज का जो सेटअप है, स्पेशली व्हेन लाइक Darwin was bit more wide than like usual, and I think I've not seen the heat map yet, but I'm like pretty much sure that it's going to be mostly down that left half space or that left flank. So it's not like it's not going to be permanent, but it's actually part of his game to drift wide.
Hmm. Hmm. Amog is asking where is Nidhi? Nidhi थोड़ा बाहर है यार. He's family के function चल रहे हैं शादी वादी के, so थोड़ा tied up है इससे. Nidhi ये week is not able to join us, so इसलिए मैं ही ये सब कर रहा हूँ. Sorry अगर आपको निधि की बहुत याद आ रही है. 2-3 दिन एडजस्ट कर लो, बाद में निधि आ जाएगा. But Allison यार, you're missing an S, Lakshman Rao. But I think once again, yeah, Ritvik, Allison is the number of last season भी, उसके season के पहले भी, ये season भी, जो एलिसन क्रूशियल मोमेंट पे सेव निकालता है ना, आई थिंक वो इतनी अंडररेटेड क्वालिटी है ना. लाइक टुडे एज वेल, it could have been a draw. Like it could have been a Southampton win as well if Allison was not there. Of course, we could have scored. Of course, XYZ कुछ भी हो सकता है. But the number of times Allison हमको बचाता है, I think we have to start to appreciate that. Every game, bro. Like even today, clean shaved Allison, bearded Allison, it doesn't matter. आज तो clean shave भी है तो भी save किया अपने को यार.
मतलब क्लीन शेव करके 5 साल यंगर दिखा रहा है मतलब. But bro, he is the best keeper in the world. I know people will tell me like about Manuel Neuer, Thibaut Courtois. Those are the only two other keepers who's probably in the same conversation as Alisson at the moment. I mean, his like start with
Manuel
his
Neuer and
positioning.
Courtois, not Edison.
No, I don't think Ederson's keeping or shot stopping in general is as good as Alisson. His
Sure,
ability with
sure.
the ball, yeah, out of the world. Like he's not in the same conversation as these three for sure. So positioning, बताओ मतलब for the Che Adams header, na, he was still he knew that he covered that side of the post which needed covering, and his like relative positioning, starting position was like really good. So when he is diving, the time of his dive as well was like really great. So those things and his distribution, matlab, he is a cheat code. There's absolutely no two ways about it. He is a proper cheat code for us. अगर एलिसन नहीं होता तो we would be like further down the table this season,
So true.
100%.
So true. So true. Darwin has been better than Jesus this season. अभी तो बोल सकते हैं डार्विन तो गोल भी मार रहा है. Yeah. In January, we need Firmino backup. That's something which we'll probably get into in a few minutes' time. Brazil's number one is our Allison. Of course, he is. Ball distribution भी Allison का एक number है. I totally agree. And ये what is Elliott's long-term position? Elliott's long-term position in the team, right wing or right central midfield? Because for the second goal, Ritvik, we saw Elliott do something very beautiful. Uh, that ball to Darwin Nunez, and Darwin Nunez scored. And I think it's one thing is fair to say already, Ritvik, he is slowly not trying, he's slowly replacing Jordan Henderson in this starting 11 is Harvey Elliott.
I mean, they are completely two different types of players to start with. Lekin if if like Liverpool as a team, if we were doing better this season than we are, if we didn't have like the results that we've had, and we weren't like not in top four, sorry, in the top four, Elliot would be much more appreciated by our fan base as well as like the general public, because he's been outstanding this season. Matlab, I mean, we've discussed this here in Menace and the Monk Pehle bhi. His out of position work, okay, it's debatable, but he's 19 and that's not what he's really good at. He's really good at finding those pockets of spaces, sometimes receiving the ball and then facilitating play. Matlab, if you just look at his numbers as well, underlying numbers, dekha jaye, to the amount of, I wouldn't say it's a direct output, but his involvement in the build-up is really crucial. So it's mostly either the shot before the goal, or like sorry, either the pass before, like pass before the shot leading to the goal, or two passes before that, which is like really crucial. So he's very much involved in the build-up. His creative numbers are also on the up, though. He's more like a wide 10, like who loves those half spaces, right? Half spaces, and he's turning out to become a really, really important player for us. And I think he's been one of our best players this season as well, without a doubt. I know, मतलब लोगों को patience नहीं है youngsters के साथ, which sometimes I get it, but Elliot has been like outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, and standing ovation from the Cobb shows how important Elliot is becoming for our team. Of course, I mean, I think it's fair for everyone to see. Sanket is asking, were you frustrated when you found out Thiago isn't part of the Spanish national? Yeah, Sanket, of course, as someone who wants to see his or her team do well, like, and for me, when I see the Liverpool's men's team, women's team, whatever, I want to see them do well and for them to play for the national side. But Thiago, I think I knew was never gonna be a part of the Spanish team over the last few selections from what I've seen from Luis Enrique. But I'm just happy in a way that I'm just happy in a way that he's going to be fit for us. He's not going to have this 6 weeks of football. And post World Cup, when the shit hits the fan, Thiago is going to be available. Salah is going to be available. Firmino is going to be available. Jota and Diaz are going to be available. Robert's going to be available. I, Selfishly, I'm very happy that he's not selected. I'm not surprised that he's not selected. Of course, I would have loved if Thiago went on to play the World Cup, but I'm not surprised, Ritik. Are you surprised?
I mean, Luis Enrique has actually shown, matlab, he's been like pulling Thiago out of the team for a while now. It's been a while since he's started for them. He's been a regular for them, and Luis Enrique is someone who likes his methods, and he has certain players that he likes to play, like he likes to work with as well. And I think Spain are also pretty much talented in that area of the pitch. So I mean, I would honestly love for him to be in the Spanish national squad, and I think he definitely deserves to be in the squad at least.
Yeah.
Like in, yeah, I think as far as like Luis Enrique's decision making is like considered, I think it's still fair from his point of view because he has different profiles there, and yeah, for an international tournament, you can only take like certain amount of players.
There's a beer on you, LJ. Thank you so much for the contribution. ये इतने पैसे में तो गोवा में 2 बियर आ ही जाएंगी. But thank you so much for your contribution, brother. Saeed is saying, Manas, don't tell me you also shocked after saying. I was very shocked. That I think मेरे को देख के एलिसन ने ही थोड़ा दाढ़ी वाड़ी मुछ कर लिया भाई. What else? Ritvik, there's this question about. Yeah, मैडिसन आज गोल मारा. आई थिंक द पहला गोल मैडिसन ही मारा. एंड आई थिंक हमारे चैनल पे मैं और निधि काफी बात की है अबाउट जूड बेलिंगम के ऑल्टरनेटिव, लाइक बिकॉज जूड बेलिंगम आई थिंक हमारे ग्रास्प के बाहर है ऋत्विक फाइनेंशियली. मैडिसन तो
चेंज हो सकता है.
यार आई डोंट नो अभी. ये तो वो चेंज होने के लिए भी 3-4 महीने लग सकता है ना,
हाँ, वो
या
सही
फिर
है.
1 साल लग सकते हैं. वो चेंज तब तक शायद से जूड बेलिंगम किधर और चले जाए. आई थिंक ये सिनेरियो में मैडिसन is still possible. Do you think Madison or I think Nunez though Matthias Nunez is just joined Wolves, so I think that is out of the question. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है. Ritvik, what's your 2 cents on this?
Again, two different profiles, I would say.
हाँ.
And Madison is someone that we've been interested in like since his Norwich days. तो तभी भी इंटरेस्ट था, and I kind of thought कि he would probably be the replacement for Lallana back then. लेकिन then he moved to Leicester, which makes sense because he was pretty young at that point of time, and Leicester probably was like great place to build his report at that time. But I think if you kind of look at it in a way, Madison as like a right-sided eight probably could work, and you also get set piece threat with him. But he is someone who's like a bit inconsistent. Like वो consistency उसके pass, it's not there, and that's something that we had like back with Coutinho as well.
But
So
Ritvik, मैंने एक stat पढ़ा मैडिसन के बारे में कि over the last few years, last 3 4 years in the top five leagues, he scored the most number of goals outside the box after Messi. That adds
वही
that adds a different dimension to our midfield if we do sign him, right?
Yeah, I mean, why set piece set B, he is pretty good at taking free kicks, yeah, corners. His set piece delivery is also quite great, like quite good. So we have Trent. I mean, right now we mostly just have like Trent taking free kicks, which I know sometimes goes in,
कोई
sometimes
कुछ
doesn't.
कंपटीशन ही नहीं है, कुछ कंपटीशन
Hmm.
नहीं है, एक ही बंदा ले रहा है बस.
So I've been like wanting to see someone probably step up to him and challenge him for that set piece spot. Like in Madison would bring us that, and I don't know if he'd be available for the cheap. I'm not sure. मतलब कितने साल और contract है उसका? I'm not sure. So,
चल,
but
for example उसका 2 साल बाकी है. Do you think Madison at 40 million at the age of 26 is a good buy?
yeah, this is probably the right age that 24 to 26 is kind of the age range that we pounce on players so that we get their peaks. That's been the Liverpool model for the last few years, and I think it still could be a really good signing for us. Lekin again, it's not just about one single midfielder for us that can solve the whole dilemma that we have there. So
Yeah. Firmino has earned the right to a new contract. We just have to tie him down. Offers so much. हाँ यार, आई थिंक आज मैं कोट पढ़ रहा था. आई थिंक क्लॉप बोल रहा था कि बात तो चल रही है. मैंने एक कोट पढ़ा कि आज बात चल रही है. आई डोंट थिंक वेदर दैट्स ऑफिशियल और नॉट, बट आई थिंक हो सकता है. जी यार, मैंने भी आज सलाह को ट्रिपल कैप्टन किया था, बट अब जो सो है. रुपेश, लिवरपूल जीता ना. एफपीएल तो होते रहता है यार, ये तो मस्ती है, बट रियलिटी क्या है? लिवरपूल फुटबॉल क्लब ना हमारे लिए. एफपीएल तो एंटरटेनमेंट यार. अभी प्लीज यार, दिल पे मत लो ये सब.
मेरे पास डार्विन है अपनी टीम में.
बनता है, बनता है. हाँ जी, हम लोग मेंबरशिप शुरू करेंगे. प्लीज डू रिमेम्बर दैट. जस्ट गिव अस सम टाइम यार. कल से बाय द वे वर्ल्ड कप की गपशप शुरू हो रही है हमारे चैनल पे. हम वर्ल्ड कप का कंटेंट भी बना रहे हैं. सो कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा. आप प्लीज ठंडा रखिए, प्लीज ठंडा रखिए. यार इतने मैनेज भाई, ह्यूज फैन ऑफ योर्स. आई स्टिल सी स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ योर रिप्लाई टू मी बिफोर पैंडेमिक. ऑल्सो लाइक योर स्टोरीज विद योर पेट एंड मम. अरे कुछ करेंगे सौरभ शर्मा. विल डू समथिंग. यू गाइज आर वेरी वेरी स्वीट. यू गाइज आर एब्सोल्युटली अमेजिंग.
वही मानस भाई इज अ प्रॉपर सेलेब.
अरे यार, ऋत्विक भाई इज अ प्रॉपर बीके इन्फ्लुएंसर. आई डोंट इवन वांट टू गेट देयर, बट ठीक है. ऋत्विक, जेम्स वॉर्ड प्रॉस के बारे में क्या कहना
I don't know. I mean, if he's talking about a transfer, then no, 100% no. Like in generally, I think uh, he is mostly in there for like a set piece threat. Like in as a midfielder, he's not top six quality. I'm not. I'm not really convinced that he's top six quality, and we haven't seen that. Like in he is a reasonably good player for like a mid-table team or like a bottom, not bottom half, like a mid-table team. He's a mid-table team midfielder. वही है मतलब if you have to like brief it down with like elite set piece, like elite set piece taking ability. वही.
है? आज आज रोबो भी, बट लाइक ऋत्विक, आज रोबो वाज बीच आई थिंक सम पार्ट ऑफ द सीजन रोबो अवेलेबल नहीं था. सिमिकास खेल रहा था, 3 4
Hmm.
गेम का टाइम था. एंड आई थिंक रोबो हैज गॉट दैट किक बिहाइंड एंड रोबो इज परफॉर्मिंग नाउ ना, ऋत्विक.
This is the thing now. मतलब, like we added Simikas, who's also like reasonably good. Like he's a really good second choice like player for the team. I'm not really convinced that he's a world class left back who can be that first choice for us. Like he's a very very good like second choice, and
Yeah,
he's pushed Robertson. मतलब
yeah.
Robertson का form was going down in the like early parts of this year, and like Simika stepped up, he got his chances, and Robos felt that competition and has come back like better. तो वही we need like in like certain areas of the pitch. Like Firmino का भी देखो आप, he is kind of the fifth choice attacker for us. Like we have Salah, we have Jota, we have Diaz, we have Nunez, and Firmino was kind the fifth choice attacker for us. So he's kind of felt the competition. He's also got like a very good break, and you see them step up. So this is what we need in the team, realistically. And I mean, Robo's performances after coming back from injury has been really, really great. आज का वो डिलीवरी, मतलब दोनों डिलीवरी लाइक एब्सोल्युटली अमेजिंग. वो सेकंड गोल ना नूनेस का, लाइक इट वाज लाइक a low cross like on the ground which is like really good, properly weighted भी था. And yeah, he's on a different level at the moment.
Yeah, good to see Robo back at his best. I think 50 plus assists हो गए. 600 appearances for James Milner, by the way, in the Premier League. So Milner
What a
OP.
player,
Uh,
what
what
a
a
player.
player! What a player! Garma Garam. Right back, left back, central midfield, everything. James Milner. Sadat Anik is saying that will Fabian Ruiz from Napoli be a good fit for Liverpool? Ritvik?
Fabian Ruiz is at PSG at the moment, isn't it?
Fabian Ruiz, हाँ नापोली से PSG गया
Yeah,
ना वो तो.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did leave in the summer. मतलब he is at PSG at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also a really good player, someone who you would like absolutely love in the team.
बट अभी तो
Like,
नहीं होगा ना, PSG अभी का तो फिर घंटा
hmm,
अभी कुछ होने वाला है.
yeah, I mean, in terms of profiles, like probably one of the like one name that I could like strongly say is uh David, sorry, Moises Caicedo from Brighton.
But can Thiago, Fabinho and Caicedo play in a midfield together, you think?
Yeah, Caicedo, Fabinho double pivot, नहीं तो drop Fabinho and have Caicedo in and play Thiago and Harvey Elliott on either sides and Caicedo covering the ground pretty well. So it's pretty much possible, or a Caicedo Thiago double pivot in midfield and like a 4-4-2 for us, like we've been doing recently.
यार मेरे को 4-4-2 जम नहीं रहा यार. Ritvik, like genuinely, like आज भी we had shades of that. We had shades of that. I could see without the ball it was three. I could see that, but with the ball I could see the diamond as well. सब दिख रहा था. Like if you follow football and if you follow Liverpool ज़्यादा, you could see off the ball and with the ball. नहीं जम रहा था यार वो. Obviously जीत गए. No complaints. No complaints. Absolutely no complaints. But I think अभी जैसे रियल मैड्रिड को अगर हराना है, फॉर एग्जांपल फरवरी में, आई थिंक ये डायमंड वो उनका डायमंड कोहिनूर है और हमारा मतलब एक एक माटुंगा के ज्वेलर्स का डायमंड है. वैसा है ब्रो. लाइक बहुत बहुत फर्क है.
I mean, वही है ना, प्रॉब्लम यही है कि you need the right players there. And I mean, 4-4-2, we moved to 4-4-2 from Klopp was kind of to like put paper over the crack and like reduce the problem that we had. Like we were conceding way too from like the central areas, and with 4-4-2 we kind of had this protection in midfield, like with that diamond. Uske baad we had also proper protection for the fullbacks as well. So this 4-4-2 has been something that Klopp used at Mainz in the past, where he worked with that for like a long time. And this is something that he turns to when things go wrong, so that he can bring some stability back in. And I think we are going to eventually go back to 4-3-3. लेकिन उसके लिए we need like the proper midfield signings.
Yeah, I think there's a long way to go this season, within this season, कि 4-3-3 या 4-2-2 है. मैंने सुना मोंग भाई, आपको क्या नहीं लगता कि फैंस ने डार्विन न्यूनेस को जल्दी जज कर लिया? आई थिंक यार किलोबॉय मिश्रा, लिवरपूल फैंस ने नहीं किया, दूसरे फैंस ने काफी जल्दी कर दिया. लिवरपूल फैंस से थोड़े पेशेंट थे और आई थिंक अभी दिख रहा है. आई थिंक 9 गोल्स ऑलरेडी हो गया डार्विन न्यूनेस के this season, which I think is a decent return यार. 14 games into the Premier League and उसमें से he missed 3 games because of the red card. काफी गेम स्टार्ट नहीं किए हैं. जब स्टार्ट किए हैं रिकॉर्ड डिसेंट है, चैंपियंस लीग में भी गोल मारे हैं. सो या, आई थिंक इट्स गोना बी फाइन. आई थिंक दिस सीजन, even if he is adjusting, he might just end up scoring 20 goals. I mean, that's not a bad season in the first season, yeah, for Liverpool. हाँ जी, क्लॉप दे रहे थे माइक्रोफोन से इंस्ट्रक्शंस. Nunni is playing good. Yes, Nunni is playing good. हाँ जी, Nunni is playing good. Sanket, our regular, is saying very much excited for the World Cup. Ritvik, what do you think about the World Cup, brother? Are you excited about the World Cup? I'm sure you are, right?
I mean, uh, uh, this World Cup doesn't move me as much as like the
Really?
previous World
Why?
Cups. I mean, there's already like a lot of controversy around it, so that kind of hasn't picked me up anyway. Or second part, yeah, like it's in the middle of a season, so वो vibe नहीं है. Summer में we finished the club season, then we have this break, and that's when you have this time to actually gather with people and you have this proper and build up to a World Cup. यहाँ पे build up ही नहीं है. मतलब you have just like we are just 8 days like before. This is 8 days remaining before the World Cup. So there's no proper build up anyway. But from a footballing point of view, I would like to see how the World Cup in general goes on. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of fatigue and tiredness involved, and I kind of fear कि the quality of football might probably be a bit low than before.
Why? Why?
Because it's mid-season and we are also missing a
But
few
there's
players.
another way of looking at it, na Ritvik. Everyone is like is in third or fourth or fifth gear right now.
वो सही है. Hopefully that's the thing that we kind of get to see, because I hope like at least the football is like really good.
Yeah.
I don't support any international team. It's always been like unless India get to a World Cup, कोई नहीं है. So I just randomly support a team. I mean, randomly pick a team in international tournaments. So last Euros में it was Scotland. Previous World Cup में it was France, and then वही random picks. इस बार I'll probably go with Argentina because it seems like a very likable group of players.
I think Brazil is the team to go. But Ritvik, Enzo Fernandez from Benfica is lit midfielder, good fit for us. Is he a good fit for us, Ritvik?
Absolutely, he's like a really good player.
What kind of player is Enzo?
So जो मैथ्यूस नूनेस हमें लाने वाला था, he's probably that kind of a player. But the thing with him is he's not the full defensive kind of guy. So at Benfica, the reason why he's like shine so much is because the guy beside him, Florentino Luis, has helped him out defensively so much, and he's provided like a lot of stability there, and that's helped Enzo Fernandez play his game. His passing is really top class, and he's very strong as well. He has the energy to like run a midfield. Like in if there's someone beside him who can cut out like intercept and like get those tackles in, that's going to be really important. So Wahina, Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez probably would make like a really good midfield for us.
But do you think like Ritvik, like if we send one of them, Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo, that genuinely puts us in the tie against Real Madrid? Do you
Yeah,
think do you think like if we send one of them, we can legitimate have a hope in hell against Real Madrid?
I think yes. I mean, I've seen like a few one or two games this season like that Real Madrid have played, and they've not looked like extremely convincing. I mean, last season it was like pretty much the same, and but UCL is like a completely different avenue for them. And this group of players, Modric's 38, I don't know, like he's 50 years, what 60, or वहाँ पे he's running the midfield all by himself, and without Modric, Real Madrid tend to struggle as well. So I think they have like a very good core there in midfield, and वहीं पे battle जीतने वाला है. Last season in the final, they didn't really allow our midfield to have a proper game either, and we needed someone who could take that initiative and take the game to them, and we don't have that kind of a presence in midfield at the moment. So I don't think Moises Caicedo is the answer, but Moises Caicedo is like very important for us to probably cut us from counter attacks and also help us like defend properly as a unit once again after like a pretty long time. So I don't think Moises Caicedo is that guy who probably, you know, takes us toe to toe with Madrid. But yeah, we would need more than one midfielder to probably have like a probably be favorites.
One sec. I think my camera has
Yeah, it's come
gotten.
back.
Has it? I can't see it, but
Nay,
anyway.
it's gone again.
Just I'll just take this question. Yeah, Jamal Musiala is a good option. Of course, Jamal Musiala is a good option for any team. It's like saying, yeah, Serge Gnabry or Phil Foden is a good option. Of course, he will be a good option because he is Jamal Musiala. First of all, like he is one of the best talents in world football right now. Okay, I hope you can see me right now. He's
Yeah.
one of the best talents in world football. वो कोई भी टीम के लिए अच्छा होगा. अब कोई बोलते हैं जूड बेलिंगम का बहुत से रिप्लेसमेंट डेक्लन राइस होगा, लाइक फॉर लाइक नहीं होगा, but of course Declan Rice is world class in what he does. Whether that suits our team or not is different. Yeah, of course Jamal Musiala is great, but बायर्न म्यूनिख को जमाल मूसियाला सेल करने के लिए हमें बहुत पैसा देना पड़ेगा.
Or
People,
Musiala has to like also want to come na.
हाँ, why would Musiala want to leave a country where he's playing for right now? Okay, he's like he wants to play for Germany now. He's at the best German club. He can win everything. He's starting majority of the games. और मुसियाला किसके जगह पे आएगा? He can't play the Hendo position, na Ritwik. I don't think he's the Hendo replacement at all.
I think he's like a much
An
more of an
attacker.
attacking threat.
Yeah. 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 नहीं नहीं आप दिल दिल पे मत लो. नहीं नहीं आप
नहीं, I mean, वही it's not criticism कुछ नहीं है भाई. It's like
नहीं नहीं
yeah,
हम तो
yeah,
डिस्कस कर रहे हैं जैसे आप
वही.
डिस्कस कर रहे हैं यार. ये ओके. ये क्वेश्चन आया जो मैं ऋत्विक पे फेंकूंगा. ऋत्विक बताओ जी.
बहुत ग्रे लाइन है, मतलब ग्रे एरिया है इसमें कमेंट करना.
द
I mean,
लिवरपूल वे ना ऋत्विक, द लिवरपूल वे और नॉट.
मेरा बस एक ही कंसर्न है. It shouldn't be someone with human rights problems or like war crimes and things like that. Middle Eastern हो, Indian हो, like Southeast Asian हो, Americans हो, European हो, like it doesn't matter to me. Like geographical region is not the matter. The matter is if they are reasonably good. Like I don't want us to be owned by people who like owners like Newcastle's, yeah, cities, and they use like our club and like player signings and like the results that we have, to cover up all that they've done. बस वही है. It's not about geographical region, to be honest.
Yeah, Gavi is someone who's saying the thing is that Gavi को साइन करने के लिए ना हमें बारसा के 2-3 लीवर और पुल, लाइक वो लीवर पे करने पड़ेंगे जो उन्होंने पुल किया ना. दिस दो वे गावी पेड्री को हम हाथ भी लगा सकते हैं. यार मतलब anyway, yeah. I don't know whether people joke when they say that. Barella, someone is saying again, Barella, we will have to shake the entire Inter Milan system to sign Barella. It's like मैं आपको बताता हूँ ना ये कैसी बात है कि आप बोल रहे हैं कि someone should try to go for Salah is probably not the right Trent, like same like Barella is equal to Trent for them, like अगर if someone wants to sign Trent, how much money they would have to pay? Similar fees we might have to play for Barella to Inter Milan. Kamara, Aston Villa is a shout out right now, which because Aston Villa is struggling. Steven Gerrard did sign him, so maybe that is something we could go for. Ritvik, this guy.
Sangare is an absolute like tank midfield man. There's been like I've seen like some clips of him where he's stepping up, like stepping out, like Fabinho peak Fabinho, जैसा stepping out from like deeper areas, going up and then
Isn't
winning the
it?
ball
Isn't
back.
it? Isn't it a fucking shame we're talking about peak Fabinho as if it's like 6 years back? Come on, man. Peak Fabinho 2 साल पुराना था यार. Fabinho should step up. Sorry, Ritik. हाँ.
Yeah. I mean, Sangare is like very. very solid option physically. And जब वो फ्रांस में था, he was still, you know, in League One as well, he was like very solid. So I think he's a very good defensive signing. लेकिन once again those deficiencies with the ball. बट मतलब हमें प्रॉपर मिडफील्डर तो नहीं मिलने वाला, मतलब थोड़ा पासिंग डाल दो, थोड़ा डिफेंसिव डाल दो, पोर्शन बना के वी वोंट गेट दैट प्लेयर. बट या संगारे इज एक्चुअली अ रियली गुड ऑप्शन टू हैव.
Is Arthur that guy?
I really feel bad for him because he's not a player that, I mean, I said this from the very beginning. There's like very less chance that we extend his loan. It has to be like something he has to kind of perform like exceptionally well to get that, and that ship has sailed.
Guys, 80 odd people, 85 people watching us. पहले तो 150 भी हो गए थे. प्लीज डू लाइक द स्ट्रीम अगर आपने अभी तक किया नहीं है स्ट्रीम को लाइक, प्लीज लाइक कर दीजिए. और आज के गेम के बारे में थोड़ी और बात करते हैं यार. आपको क्या लगता है आज के गेम के मैन ऑफ द मैच कौन थे? क्लॉप स्टैंड्स पे बैठे थे, स्टीवी जी भी आज थे ग्राउंड पे, अगर आपने थोड़े विजुअल्स देखे रहेंगे. सो योर थॉट्स अबाउट द गेम यार, प्लीज लेट अस नो अबाउट दैट एज वेल. थोड़ा गेम के बारे में भी बात करते हैं बिकॉज
आपका मैन
चेल्सी
ऑफ द
का
मैच
गेम.
कौन है?
एलिसन.
सेम सेम.
मेरा एलिसन है. विशाल बोल भी एलिसन कह रहे हैं. मेरा तो एलिसन था. ऋत्विक तेली भी एलिसन ना?
Exactly same. It could be between Allison and Darwin, but
Yeah.
Allison definitely kept us in the game. So
Atharva is saying Nuni man of the match.
yeah, fair
uh,
enough. It's fair.
Seth is saying Nunez. Joe Gomez always bring inconsistency in defense. यार ये एक बात करने वाली भी चीज, आज जो गोमेज सॉलिड था, यू नो, फिर नेक्स्ट दो गेम वो कुछ भी करता है कभी कभी, ऐसे लगता है. मुंबई सिटी 1-6-0. मैं फाइनल तक देखा था संकेत, मैं फाइनल तक स्कोर लाइन देखा था, फिर हमारा गेम भी शुरू हो गया था. सो उसके बाद मेरी अटेंशन चली गई. अच्छा, अच्छी बात है. 6-0 अवे फ्रॉम होम इज अ बिग रिजल्ट फॉर मुंबई सिटी एफसी. Nish is saying Allison for sure. Rahul is saying Allison, no doubt. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Abhi we are, I think, in like sixth now in the table.
We are
And
we are sixth right now. If Brighton and Chelsea win, they are above us. We go
but
eighth again.
if Chelsea draw, I mean, the best result for us is a draw between Newcastle and Chelsea, so that we're
Yeah.
just like what,
If
6
Chelsea
points
draw, we
behind.
are above them on goal difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
6-2. Okay. 6-2. Huh.
the best thing is ki we're just going into the break 6 points behind the top four, from what we were like before, like 3-4 weeks before. So at least that's like a positive sign.
How far are we away, Hrithwik, do you think, from genuinely having an average season to a good season to, I think the last two results have ensured that we are still in it when it comes to the grand scheme of things. Like
Hmm.
we are in the fourth round of the League Cup. FA Cup होने वाला है. Champions League के round of 16 में. Premier League we are within striking distance. Is this season all doom and gloom for you?
I mean, it's like two different seasons. It's going to be like two different seasons: pre World Cup, post World Cup.
हाँ.
तो ये बस क्या बोलते हैं, ट्रेलर है. अभी पिक्चर अभी बाकी है.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as of now, I think it's been a bit disappointing now because you expect us to like be a title contender, and we are right now in like sixth, like 6 points behind top four, and what, 15 points behind Arsenal. Okay, 12 points behind Arsenal now, but it could be 15 after they win later today.
Hmm. यार मतलब आई थिंक अभी आई एम जस्ट वेरी हैप्पी कि फेबिनियो और वीवीडी पे जो माइक्रोस्कोप के साथ जो इतने नजर से लोग देख रहे हैं ना, ये चले जाएगा. वर्ल्ड कप खेलने दो अभी उसको, आने दो वापस, फिर उसके बाद आपको जो बोलना है बोल दो. आई थिंक ज्यादा ही स्क्रूटिनी हो रही है लोग के वजह से. लाइक मेरे को कभी कभी लग रहा है कि ये ज्यादा ही हो रहा है, बेचारे वर्ल्ड कप खेलना चाहते हैं वो तो ठीक है। हाँ यार 28 तो हो सकते थे बट नहीं हुए ना, लाइक द पॉइंट इज वी डिडंट बीट। I know, Yashraj, it hurts. It hurts. We could have been 28 and we could have been in striking distance, bro. Like, for a lot of teams, we could have been. After that shit start, still we could have been in striking distance, Ritvik. If we had won, and this is after the shit start we had. If this we had converted this into wins, for 28 points, we would have been in the top four already, like 6, 7 points, 5, 6 points behind the title contenders, bro.
Forest and Leeds, वही, I mean, Forest, I didn't see that coming at all. Second, Leeds wala, I kind of felt कि we probably might, struggle a bit, but I didn't expect us to lose that game though. Again, all about like concede. If we concede first, that's when we really tend to struggle because we shoot ourselves in the foot pehle and then we try to run a race. So, वही
Hmm.
problem है. Sorry, I'm bringing bad analogies compared to Nidhi Bhai. So,
अरे चिल मार यार, इसमें बैड एनल निधि के सामने तो कोई भी नहीं यार। लाइक निधि इज लाइक ऐसे ऐसे चिट खोलता है। हाँ चलो ये बोलते हैं, लाइक इट्स वन ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, निधि इज दैट गुड एट व्हाट ही डज। बट ऋत्विक, बिफोर वी साइन ऑफ यार, मैन सिटी लूजिंग टुडे अगेंस्ट ब्रेंटफोर्ड, व्हाट अ विन फॉर ब्रेंटफोर्ड है।
I actually missed the game, like missed like
वाओ
major
रियली?
part of the game. I just saw the last 3 or 4 minutes, and I saw like the Ivan Tony goal, second winner,
ओके।
and I saw the final chance as well that he got, and before that, I was checking Twitter and मेरे feed में like there was like a lot of tweets saying that like more teams should like attack City. They are there for the
या
taking on counters and things like that. And I was like, yeah, normal discussion ही है हमारे जैसा. Like then I just switched on and when Tony scored, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And फिर मेरे को लगा कि okay, Arsenal have like a game and Arsenal fans are going to be like really happy. Like they are going to be they are of course top of that league and they are a proper league contender as well. I think City ka this a bit of thing, bit of stuff that Guardiola needs to work on, and I think he's going to do that probably during this World Cup period, matlab weeks and weeks with what he has. And matlab second half of the season they always turn up. So yeah, it's going to be way now. Matlab second half of the season is going to be like a completely different. It's going to be like a different season altogether again.
या
So we made sure that we are not like very far from the rest. We are like within like reachable distance,
ऋत्विक,
and
ऋत्विक वी आर फिलहाल ना 10 points behind Manchester City. Is
we've
that
been
too far?
we've been 14 points behind पहले.
है ना?
I,
वो
we've been
बट
14
बट
points behind.
वो तो ऑप्टिमिस्टिक साइड है ना, क्योंकि वो तो चल हमने कर दिया एक पॉइंट बट स्टिल वी डिडंट विन ना। रियलिटी वो है। डू यू थिंक 10 points is too much with 14 games played?
I mean, last season 14 games के बाद 19-20 games के बाद we were 14 points behind, and then we went on like a very awesome run. Lekin
Yeah.
I think everything depends on like how we approach the January transfer window. I mean, I even last season I think the Luis Diaz signing that we made end of
Yeah.
Jan really helped us like push, and he had some really clutch moments as well. Although he's not completely settled in yet, I would say. So वही
Do you want to show this, Ritvik?
बहुत बढ़िया
ठीक है,
है.
I showed it. Yeah, we clocked 13 points last year. Exactly. So it is kind of possible, but 10 points, like it's a long way to go. And if Arsenal win, it will be like 15 points. Behind Arsenal Football Club, and Arsenal are in a great position. Yeah, if they win tonight later on,
The
है
funniest bit
मजा।
is Carabao Cup immediately after the World Cup against Man City.
ये तो मतलब ऋत्विक वो तो
I mean,
I
this
don't
this
even I like it's shambolic to a level where it is a joke bhai. It's not even frustrating anymore. It is a joke कि मतलब वर्ल्ड कप के फाइनल के नेक्स्ट दिन शायद से आप मैनचेस्टर सिटी को खेल सकते हो। क्या है ये? How can it go? How can this get? How can you? Anyway, like I am lost for words. Like, how can it be this weird and wrong and bad where you have such a big fixture and Pep has to say that I will play defensive midfielder, Klopp is going to play left back. वो भी मस्ती में बोल रहा है यार, ये है वो है, मतलब चलेगा, मतलब
Ah,
चलो
वही.
चलो चलो, if चलो someone says date is changed to 22nd or 23rd, but 26 तारीख को तो गेम है ना वापस, तो you're literally starting this season again, back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Like, come on, man. Like, it shouldn't be that bad. Like, it shouldn't be that desperate, right?
I mean, problem ये है कि right now this another issue with the Premier League. There's like a scheduling problem for us because of the Queen's passing. We had like a lot of teams had one of the games postponed. For us, it was a Chelsea game, right?
Yeah.
Chelsea and Wolfsby, I think, was postponed for us, right? Two games.
Yeah.
And because of that, we have like a scheduling error. There are no weeks or midweeks for us to like scheduled games. अभी हम Champions League से अगर बाहर निकले तो then yeah, we do have dates. लेकिन otherwise
But,
no.
but वो भी मार्च के बाद होगा ना.
हाँ वही. So there are no dates available. So I mean that's the problem. Like hosting a World Cup in between like a club season. वही.
Yeah. Anyway, Ritvik, I think we should end this because Chelsea का game भी चल रहा है. I would
Hmm.
want to watch that game to
Same.
scout Bruno Guimaraes for us
It's
later
still
on.
0-0.
It's too.
I hope it ends 0-0. वही चाहिए हमें.
That would be perfect for Liverpool Football Club. But Ritvik, before we end this, यार क्या बोलना है Southampton के game के बारे में? Like, we've ended this first part of the season with a win. I know कि बहुत ही topsy turvy रहा है, but we have done something which no one has done. Beaten Napoli. We have done something जो last season हमने नहीं किया था. Is that to get a win over Tottenham and Manchester City? वो किया है. Sure, we've lost against Leeds
Also
and
also no one's
Forest.
beaten Newcastle either.
या
हमने
नो
किया.
वंस बीटन न्यूकासल. सो हमने बहुत अनोखी चीजें की हैं और हम काफी हगे भी हैं. सो आप कैसे समराइज करेंगे हमारा फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द सीजन?
रोलर कोस्टर वही. मतलब वही है ना, ऊपर जाए we go up and then फिर नीचे, ऊपर नीचे, ऊपर नीचे वही. And we've ended on a high with this actually great Napoli wala win, then Spurs win, which was like a very hard fought result. I thought that we were like really poor in the second half last week, and we were a bit lucky to get away with the win, and that was very important to we did a Conte against a Conte team, so that was nice. And finally, आज का victory be very very important. So 3 wins in a row to end the season. Sorry, end the first half of the season. So that's great.
Yeah. So guys, this was it. This was it from this part of Menace in the Monk for the first part of the season यार. Of course हम लिवरपूल के बारे में कंटेंट तो बनाते ही रहेंगे. हमारा चैनल इज डेडिकेटेड टू दैट. बट कल से ऋत्विक इज गोना जॉइन अस. आई कैन गारंटी यू फॉर वर्ल्ड कप की गपशप हम लोग बहुत कुछ करने वाले हैं वर्ल्ड कप के इर्द गिर्द. सो इट्स गोना बी अ लॉट ऑफ फन. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, yeah, because we're going to be joined by some great people. Just a teaser, someone who is playing for the Indian national team. She is a dear friend. She's going to be part of our channel very consistently. I think Ritvik knows. Let's not spill it out. She's going to be joining our lives often. We have collaborated with already 7 people. Two of the people you have not seen on our channel so far. Uh, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be churning out content, and I hope you all love it. Yeah, it's very exciting time on Menace in the Monk, and I'm very happy that you guys tuned in right now. अगर आपने अभी तक like नहीं किया है, प्लीज़ लाइक कर दीजिए. अगर आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है मेनेस इन द मॉन्क को, प्लीज़ कर दीजिए. हम कंटेंट बनाते रहेंगे हमारे लिए और स्पेशली आपके लिए. एंड आज डार्विन न्यूनेस के लिए ठोक दो लाइक. ठोक दो subscribe. Until 23rd, I think that's when we're playing Manchester City. Up the Reds. You guys take care. Bye bye.